Many students can relate to being short of money. One of the best ways to get hold of your finances and help ease any financial worries is by creating a budget to track your incomings and outgoings. So in this video, I'll break down how you can budget your student loan and how you can make it last that little bit extra. So, how much student loan can you get? Firstly, let's discuss how much you could receive from the UK government as a student. The maximum amount you can get depends on where you live and your household income. If you live in England, you can apply through Student Finance England. If you live in Wales, you can apply to Student Finance Wales. If you live at home with your parents, for the academic year of 2024 to 2025, you could receive up to £8,610 for your maintenance loan. If you live away from your parents, you could receive up to £10,227. You may also be eligible for grants, bursaries, sponsorships, or scholarships that you can apply through your university, which can also help top up your student finances. It's also worth noting that in your final year of study, you will receive less student loan. This is because during the study, student finance covers the break between academic years, and students are no longer entitled to financial support once their course has ended. So, how can you budget your student loan? Let's work out a student budget using the maximum amount you can receive if living at home with your parents, which is £8,610. If you are watching this having just received your first student loan payment, skip this first step. But if you are planning ahead and want to budget your money before receiving the payments, we need to first split this £8,610 into 3, as you will be paid in 3 installments. The first payment drops in September, the second in January, and the third in April. This may vary depending on your course start date, but it is usually around these months. So if we divide that £8,610 by 3, that means that roughly each term you will receive £2,870. However, sometimes the third term payment is higher than the first 2 amounts, but we'll use this figure for our budget. We then need to divide that £2,870 by 3 again to calculate the monthly budget, which will then cover the 3 months of term, which will leave you with £956 every month. According to the Student Money Survey 2023, the average monthly rent a student pays is £439. So let's subtract that from our figure, which leaves us with £517. Now, the next biggest portion of your student loan will probably go towards food and groceries. Again, the Student Money Survey found that the average monthly cost for groceries in 2023 for students was about £133. So let's subtract that from 517, which leaves us with a total of £384. After that, the next largest amount will be your bills, which the Student Money Survey found to be roughly £79 a month, leaving you with a total of £305. Now, if you're living in a shared student house, you can use Resooma's bill splitting feature to help divide up the cost of bills and take the hassle out of keeping track of all your utility payments. I'll leave a link to a video all about this in the description and at the end of this video. But for now, we have £305 left over, which can go towards having fun, eating out, and let's face it, probably partying and clubbing. To save time and make budgeting easier for you, you can use Resooma's free student budget calculator. Click the first link in the description, type out your city or university, select how many people you'll be living with, and then press Calculate My Budget. You can then go through and fill out the relevant amounts for your rent, bills, food shop, and other activities, and Resooma will calculate your monthly budget. You can also save this for later, so you can always come back to it in the future. What about the 50-30-20 rule? Does it work for students? You may have heard of the 50-30-20 rule. The idea behind it is to spend 50% of your income on your needs, for example, your rent and groceries, 30% on wants like eating out and having fun, and 20% saved. To work out these percentages based on your student loan, split your student loan into 3 and then 3 again to cover the 3 months of the term. From that amount, you can then complete the 50-30-20 rule. Split this total into 3 amounts, one worth 50%, one worth 30%, and the other worth 20%. You will then have a rough idea of how much money you should be spending across needs, wants, and savings each month. Now, this rule may not work for some students. Of course, it depends on how much student finance has been granted to you and the cost of living in your area, so you may not have enough to save that 20%, but it is always handy to have a safety buffer in place when working out your finances. And Resooma's student budget calculator calculates your disposable income for you, letting you know how much you could have left over each month. So, how can you make your student loan last longer? Now that you've learned how to budget your student loan, how can you make it last that little bit longer? Students in the UK receive lots of perks and discounts at tons of shops, supermarkets, and restaurants. The best thing to do as a student is to sign up to your free totem card. This will unlock over 400 discounts and deals, allowing you to save that extra bit of student loan. You can save money on travel and grab a 16 to 24 rail card, which gives you a third off train tickets. And if you are studying in London and own an Oyster card, you can also link your rail card to your Oyster card, saving you money on the Underground too. To get more money saving deals each week, you can sign up to Resooma's Savvy Sunday newsletter. Every Sunday you'll receive all the week's latest deals and money saving tips straight into your inbox. Sign up with the link in the description. One last way to make your student loan last that little bit longer is by topping up the amount with a side hustle. Side hustles are a great way to make a little extra cash for not much work. We recently released a YouTube short all about the best side hustles, which I'll leave linked in the description below and at the end of this video. But if you'd prefer more detailed insight into the best student side hustles, I'll also leave our blog post on the same topic in the description as well. So that's how to budget your student loan. If you found this video helpful, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.